We're live. We are joined here today, ladies and gents, by very special guests. The boys step out of the sports world, a little bit of hockey, a little bit of this and that, into a completely new world. Trick shots, baby. This average dad with an above average shot, born and raised in Sudbury, Ontario, has been taking over the trick shot scene, making insane shots on a tight net, letting those chains sing, baby. We are excited for this one, ladies and gents. It's our pleasure to welcome to the Behind the Bench podcast, Ryan, you know what I'm saying, Tricks. Pawlowski, how's it going?
Good, you?
Good,
Thank you
man.
for the nice introduction. I
Uh,
actually watched the Felino ones, and like they say, you're very kind with the introduction. So
Ryan, they actually make sure that we actually make sure that Alex reads them because I'm not a very good reader. So Alex is he's good at these intros because he gets a little pep in everybody's step to
yeah,
start
I
off.
get fired up for these for
So
sure. This is a big one. We're excited.
I'm gonna need you to talk to me before I do a trick shot to get fired up. Before I go,
That's right. That's right. We'll collab. Maybe we'll hop on a live together. I like that. I like it.
like it.
Yeah. So how's the dad life going? You have a new addition to the family. Congrats on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Thank you, baby Zachary. He was born a few weeks ago, so he's doing good. Like any baby, he just poops, eats, and sleep. Repeat. We
That's
enjoy the
awesome.
newborn. The newborn stage is nice, and then when they start crawling, it gets a little bit more busier.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
um
Awesome.
yeah, well, let's get right into it, Ryan. It's the first question I have for you is right out of the gates here. But how did like the whole trick shot madness like start?
So it started like when my oldest son, so it was about 5.5 years ago, he was we were watching Wiggles and like it was on repeat. So like it was Wiggles or Paw Patrol, one of those things. So
Yeah.
every day. So then I was like, okay, I've watched this episode 1,000 times. So the little basketball net was there. So I just did like one. I actually it took me probably a half an hour to do one of these little shots. And I sent them to my buddies on Snapchat. So when I hit it, they're like, no way, no way. So then for that few months, I just kind of went consistently making new shots, being like, you know what, you ready for the highlight reel? I'll do another shot. And then, so when our second kid came, I kind of stopped. It was just too busy with the two kids, kind of would do a shot here and there, but nothing serious. And then last year in January, before all this COVID kind of picked up, I did like someone sent me a video of a guy doing a shot, and they're like, "Okay, like you have to do something. Like your shots are way better." Because I just would only show my buddies on Snapchat. It was just like the five buddies. They always give me a thumb me up, just So then I did like a big shot in the bush, and then I just got a lot of traction with that. And then COVID hit in March, and I put one over the house. And then that was what started the whole, you know what I'm saying, page after that, because my buddies are like, okay. And I didn't want to put it on my personal page because I felt like if you weren't into trick shot or if you didn't know me from that lifestyle, I didn't want to force it down your throat.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
why I started my other page, just so if you wanted to come with me and just see above average dad just do ridiculous things, then come and join me. So luckily I was able to get a few people to come over and join me, and that's where we are today.
Unreal. What a
What
story.
what made you choose the you know what I'm saying name? Was that just
It
a top of
honestly
the
gets
head type of
old,
thing?
'cause I'll go back and I'll watch some of the old original videos. So it started with you know what I'm saying, but in between the you know what I'm saying, it'd be like you know what I'm talking about. So it would be back and forth. So when I brought it back in January after the it was just you know what I'm saying just kind of clicked. So that was kind of where the name's a very long name. I've always get chirped like your name's way too long. But like highlight reel, I always say highlight reel, so that'd be my other choice. But it's always like it's the username's Tooken, so the you know what I'm saying trick just kind of
It's
so that
unique, man. It
And it
sticks.
flows.
That's
It
how everyone's
flows.
gonna
Oh
know you
yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's just a fun name, and that's why I make these videos. If you come watch my video for that 10 seconds or 5 seconds of your day, you're just gonna watch something stupid and you're gonna move on. I try to keep every like politics, everything out of my shots.
I
Just
love it.
a fun way just for someone to watch. So.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's sick. You got any merch coming out soon? Because we'll be all
Yeah,
over that.
we've been in the talks with a few. I was gonna put out t-shirts, but I just kind of slacked with the new baby.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely we'll have to look at now that, especially with my TikTok live, it's kind of getting a little bit more. I'm getting more viewers on TikTok live, so I think I'm gonna have to start wearing my own apparel opposed to like wearing a Wayne Gretzky jersey or
Yeah.
jersey, you know. So I'll have to pump up the, you know what I'm saying, Tricks apparel.
Yeah, unreal. The TikTok's been flying. Been following that close. He's unreal. So let's talk about the what goes into a trick shot. So what's the process like? Do you like start the day? You plan out, okay, these are the types of trick shots I'm doing today, or you're like, I'm just going with the flow, figure out what's going on.
It's kind of goes by the flow. I'm a mailman, so I deliver mail out in the South End, and then I also
Yeah.
have time, so I'm in my car lots.
Hmm.
So it gives me a lot of time to think about things. So if I have an idea, I'll think about it while I'm driving, and then I'll try to execute it. So like, you know, it started off with me going over the house. Well, okay, well then now I'm like, okay, well I'll go back the other way over the house, but off the garage in it. Okay, well that now, so I'll try to take whatever trick I started with and expand it as big as it can get, and then move on to the next one. That's what like kind of the goal, like.
Cool. Yeah.
And so that's where we're kind of at. And now I have a little bit better camera angles. The drone adds like some shots because I know,
So sick. Yeah.
yeah, with the drone like over the house, a lot of people would say like that's no way,
Fake.
like,
Yeah.
fake and
Yeah.
stuff. So, and like I said, I'm not here to get fake likes. I'm way too old for you to give me a fake like. It's not involved with the fake like. So everything I do is real. Some of them, you know what I mean? They'll take it. I'll get first 5-10 shots. Other times I'm there for an hour struggling, grinding, trying to get that shot. So it all depends on, but that's a process. It's more or less like I come up with an idea. So like today I thought of an idea where I'm gonna bat one off the roof. While it's coming back down to me, I'm gonna try to saucy it into a moving net, and as the ball drops, I'll bat it in. So that one is not. It's gonna take It's gonna be a
For
while,
sure.
but
Yeah.
that's an idea that I'm gonna come when the grass kind of dries off.
Right.
That's
Right.
one of the tricks I'll do. So and then I'll just build off. I'll go to another one. So
Unreal. I think you just posted one where you with a hockey stick, you flip the ball into the net. As it bounces, you sauce the puck off the ball into the tight net. Like, what made you think of that one? That one's wild.
yeah, that one was originally, you see the net while it's close, but originally what I wanted to do with that shot was kind of get the ball, but those soccer balls don't bounce as high.
Right,
So I
right.
wasn't able to get like, so that's why I did the bounce with the pucking, because there was no possible way I would have been able to get the ball. Because even when I hit the ball, you see it go like under your shin. So originally I just testing out to see what the ball was. That was my original plan, was to get the ball in. So I'm gonna redo that one, but with the basketball, a bigger bounce. So
Like
then
it.
I saucy it. But with the soccer ball, it was just like it kind of came. Like I said, I built off that idea. I thought of something. I'm like, okay, well, this doesn't work, so I'll do this. So
Unreal.
I got, yeah, and I still got like shots I haven't posted still from the winter. I try not to like flood the scene, you know, like
Right, right.
I don't want to flood it. Like I try to be a week in advance. So
Hmm.
say something happens, I have a new baby. Well, you know, I got over 340 trick shots. Like some people just started following me, so
Yep.
I can post some of those so they never seen it. Like because there's a lot of shots
Absolutely.
that I really enjoy that just, you know, back then I only had like 10
Yeah.
followers at that
Yeah.
time. They never got to see these shots. So,
Yeah.
and I don't
Unreal.
expect anybody to go through 300 trick shots, especially on TikTok, because it's very hard to go through people's old videos.
Right. For sure.
And my next question, like from creeping your Instagram for a few hours yesterday, because I was so intrigued on it. I noticed that you got involved with TSN, and then Jay and Dan was talking about your trick shots. So how does that happen? How did they get involved? Did you have to, I
Yes,
guess, send them your video, or did they see it on your social media?
no, I sent it to them actually on TSN. So I sent it to them on my personal account, and you know I've been sending people different videos throughout the year, and so eventually they just kind of posted that one and tagged me. I was like, no way, I got on that. So I got on TSN's main page, so I was like all fired up, and then my buddy messaged me. He's like, you're on Jay and Dan right now. So then they call like, so he taped the show. So then they came up with that Instagram where they're talking like Patty Eves. So that's my nickname, Patty Eves, because I
Yeah.
go off the roof. So that's how that came about. It was just sent them. So, and one of the things that motivates me, I haven't really told too many people about this, but back here last year in April, Bleacher Report told me they're going to put me on their page. So, I remember it was like 3 a.m. I got the message, just so fired up. They got millions of followers.
Right.
So this is back before trick shots kind of blew up. So I was
Yeah.
thinking, okay, this is my chance. Never posted it. So like
Come on.
to that day, I'm really rattled. Like personally, it's like mental. I'm very competitive. If you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like if
I
I play,
notice it on the lives. I
like,
notice it on the lives when the
I'm
haters are
very
saying it's
competitive.
fake. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm playing a sport against you, no matter what it is, even a game of cards, I don't like you. For that game of cards, I don't like you. So as soon as the game's over with, like I am like the nicest person. I love you, but I'm just got a very competitive mindset, which is kind of sometimes could be negative. With this, it's kind of good because it's competing against myself opposed to competing against others. So anyway, so when Bleacher did that, it's kind of like motivates me. Okay, well maybe they don't want me to, so I'm just gonna keep going, keep
I
going.
love it. Yeah.
Like so, and then the same thing happened again in November. This time, a House of Highlights actually reached out to me and told me they're going to post my video. So at this time, the old fool me once thing, they fool me once. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they said they're going to post it, but they never ended up doing. So like it's just twice that got burned. So it kind of just stings. So now it's like a little motivation for me.
I like that. Okay. I like that. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I don't really tell too many people that, but yeah, that's one of the fuel to my fire. So
Yeah. Good. No, good. Yeah. That's good to get that out. That's not fair at all.
No kidding.
no, I feel like I worked for a few, but
No
like
kidding.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna cry wolf. But just motivates me to just come up with shots to try to get on the page.
For sure.
What would you say, like, besides these pages that haven't shared your video, what would you say the coolest page you've been on so far? Because we noticed that Sports Illustrated was last week.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated. I don't know. Like Barstool Canada was the first one that
Cool.
ever gave me a chance. That one was pretty cool, just because it was my first time on like a page more than like a few hundred followers. So I don't know. I would have to say TSN just because they've been so good to me. Just they posted. Well, actually, Sports Illustrated posted me twice. They posted me once on TikTok and on Instagram, 2 different shots. So between one of the two, like obviously TSN's been really good to me though. So I'm gonna have to go with TSN.
Like it. Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk about TikTok. So, TikTok, I'm pretty sure like last week you're at 15,000 followers. I checked today, you're at 20,000 followers. Like you're blowing up on there. So what's the difference you find between TikTok and Instagram? Because it seems like you're getting a lot of traction on TikTok.
Yeah, like so I've been on Instagram grinding. I've had people share, follow. It's just I find it's a very different like our generation. We're not as much to accept that follow button opposed to
Mhm.
where TikTok's very like just open range. You got younger people, it's just a mixed range where people are it's a community where people are following, sharing. So I find TikTok has been easier for me to grow. At the
Mhm.
beginning, it was very tough. I actually didn't like TikTok because I was like up until July, I think I started back in February. I only had say 40 followers until
Yeah.
July. And so, but then my Instagram had say like 400. So obviously I was leaning towards Instagram at that time. And then one of these videos I just kind of did like how I do on the live, just did a shot, but thanking someone for their nice comment. And then that just kind of built up a little traction. And then you see with TikTok, you'll go from having like thousands of views to your next post having 200 views. So
Yeah.
it's very confusing. Like you have no idea what's going on with TikTok. But so then when I started this live thing about doing the so many shots in a row, the first week we did it, I think I had 10, 12 followers or viewers in there. And then just all of a sudden it went to 6,000. I just like kind of was looking at the trend and it was like 6,000, 12,000, 24,000, 32,000, 86,000. Like it's just like the numbers have just skyrocketed in
Crazy.
my life. So like now I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll like just go live for an hour, opposed to like grinding at a trick shot right now. Go live an hour a day. That'll help me grow 500-600 followers. Because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't see my stuff that have never seen me. So it's
Mhm.
kind of giving me I gained 8,000 followers in 3 weeks. It took me like almost 10 months to get 10,000. So,
Yeah.
so it's obviously paying out. So I'm going to just continue to ride the wave and hopefully they'll just continue to push me on live and hopefully then people can see my videos and that'll create a little bit more buzz with my page.
For sure. And you go live almost every day, right?
I try to go live now
Yeah.
just because now I got such a momentum that I feel
Yeah, just roll with it.
like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll with it. Like, if I was going down in numbers like 6-7 viewers, well, maybe I wouldn't go, I'd skip a day. But like right now I'm averaging like over 10, I'm averaging like 200 followers new every time I go live, so I might as well try to push it. So and
Yeah.
hopefully, because then that helps out, like it gets more people watching your stuff and new people that have never seen it. So
Yeah.
you guys want to give me 1 sec? My baby, I just got to, he was sleeping, so I gotta get into my
No
wife.
problem. Yeah, no problem.
Sorry. You never touch a sleeping baby. That's why I didn't want to kick him out earlier. So sorry.
No problem.
all
No
good.
problem. Duty calls. That's the
Yeah.
dad life right there.
Yeah,
All
that's why I
right.
pick and choose. So usually when I do go live, I usually go when the kids are sleeping, so that way I
Yeah.
know I can just focus. But yesterday I jumped on live for a half an hour in the daytime, and that had, like I said, I gained like 800 followers.
Crazy.
So,
What's the record at right now?
so with the shot behind is 2,395.
Right.
I'm gonna
Crazy.
sit on that one for a bit. I tried doing it a few times, but the arm is just like,
Oh, it's just the shoulders taking a beating.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
figured, I'm like, you know what, I'll let. So now I started a new one where I go outside because the weather's a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
So I flip a puck and then shoot it in. So the record for that is 111.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
That's crazy.
and that's the one that has been drawing a lot of people on live because you've been in my lives. And I love getting chirped because it just adds to the fuel. Like
Yeah.
I get chirped, that's easy, or that's like it's a loop, or like
Yeah.
job. Like it just, I get chirped all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
But for some reason with the puck, the shooting, I don't get as grilled as much.
Okay.
And these people that are chirping on you, the people that are, I call them like keyboard typers, but
Yeah.
are they people
Keyboard
that you,
warriors.
keyboard warriors? That's what it is. Are they people that you know or know like?
No, I
of?
don't know. Like so like if you've been in a live, like it's like
Yeah.
the message is just going crazy. So like if I come over and see a message, it's like, oh, that's easy. So then I just say, okay, well then if it's easy, you could shoot forward, I'll shoot backwards, and we'll see who wins in a race. Like because I'm
Yeah.
very competitive. Like we could, I'll
Oh,
probably
yeah.
lose, but
He says it every time. Every time
It
someone says
must-
something, he goes, "We'll set it up. Let's set it up. Let's go live together, and we'll see what happens."
It must be
It's
hard.
awesome.
It must be hard not to drop an F bomb though. Like I'd go almost have an FU match with this guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not really a big swearer. Like I said, last time I'm deep in it. Like, say if we were actually competing, maybe, and he was chirping me, then maybe I would say something. But like,
If you can't see him, yeah.
I know, like I said, I put my stuff on social media, I'm gonna get chirped. That's just part of that's the world that we live in. You're gonna get grilled, and I could take a chirp. I don't mind it, but it's just the problem is if you chirp that person back, some of them don't take it very well. They are the ones that, so you try to just bite your tongue unless you know them.
For sure.
And chirping's taking over social media because I can't even do anything with my two co-hosts here without getting chirped anymore. So it's like, if I get even chirped from the people I do the podcast with, I can't. I don't feel like posting anything. So
yeah. Well, I seen you guys are in a big battle. Who's gonna win the ID matchup this year?
Big time. It's gonna be tight.
Chimino's actually looking for a caddy, Ryan, if you're interested. So I'm not.
Maybe if I could drive a car, I'm not walking.
I like that. I like it. Yeah.
What would you say, Ryan? Like the duration of like the longest one you've tried to attempt? Because just like me back in my childhood, trying to do one through the legs, dunking in the pool is like taking like a couple hours for me. So like, what would you say the longest for you was to do a video?
There's two that there was one that really comes to mind. Like the original one was over the house, off the garage and in, but I don't think that one would have took as long as if I would have had that many balls as I do now. Back then I only had 2 balls. And so now it was kind of like this time. So it was like windy out. We get a lot of wind here in April. So anyway, so those 2 shots, it was like a 4-day process. But you shoot 2 balls, got to run to the front yard. You got to check the camera, see if you got it, then run back. And then you do the same thing for 4 days. So that one would probably be my most like physical demanding, just because of the 2 balls running back, like, and you're shooting the ball over a 2-story house with this rubber ball into like 30-kilometer gusts. So if the wind was blowing that day, it was a challenge. But with COVID, like everything shut down, no gyms, all my kids' sports, I have nothing to do. Nothing. Like my kids are the same way. If they're jammed in the house like for too long, we all go stir crazy. So we always say, just get out, go do something, ride your bike, play hockey, like do something to get out of the house. Because if you look at your screen all day, then it just like our whole house, we could tell we're all on edge. Like,
For sure.
so I'm very competitive in that sense, and I need to get out and do something. I'm not one of those people who sits and watch Netflix. So that's one of the reasons why I do these trick shots during this
Mhm.
time. Would like when things open up, will I spend as much time? Maybe not. But so that shot for sure. I think the 4 days, the arm, like that you talk about your arm being done, like that was it.
Yeah.
But then I think the baseball one where I shoot it in was my next second biggest.
Yeah.
I think I had the challenge of going to get the net down the hill, carrying it up. It was like minus 35 those days. It was freezing. So I would say that would be, though, between those two are my hardest. And they are like, that one was about 2 days, 2.5 days. Like, I'm not out there all day. It's like an hour,
Right.
an hour and a
Yeah.
half. But when that one, I was out there for a few hours, and it was
What a grind. What a grind.
I love the
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah.
And we noticed on the Elite Prospects that you actually played some hockey in your earlier years, and you actually got drafted in the 12th round, 246th overall by Plymouth. So, like, talk to us and the listeners about your hockey game. Like, what was Ryan as a hockey player?
I was pretty, I don't know, I was decent. I could see the game well. I had good vision. Like, that's why I do a lot of saucies, because I'm a very good passer. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm also like, I basically feel like I'm like the earlier version of Brad Marchand. Like, I would get
Nice.
your skin, but then score a goal just to rattle you. So like, I was like one of those, like, you probably, if you played against me, you hated me. And
Right.
I didn't like you on the ice. That's the
Right.
way I played. So that was my style. Like, I wasn't afraid of anybody or chirping anybody or to get chirped. So that was my style. I was in your face. I scored. There's arenas that when I played No One Sound, I had to get escorted out because there's fans waiting to just kill me. They
Come on.
oh yeah, they wanted to kill me but then I would score. Like, these guys are all trying to fight me. They take a penalty. Power play comes on, bury a goal,
Boom.
go on their bench. Then they're just getting fired up. So that, like, I remember, like, well, I had to get escorted out by like the coaches, the fighters, people in the lobby waiting. But yeah, just young and dumb, I guess.
That's
I love it.
crazy. Oh my. And you know what? You back it up though, because you put up points. You put up points, like over
Yeah.
point per game. It's crazy.
It was,
Crazy.
yeah. I was a pretty like I said, I like to have fun more than like to play. I've always enjoyed like hanging out with the teammates.
The
I never
guys, yeah.
took hockey serious enough, but I really enjoyed, like, I met so many like amazing people along the way. So that's
Cool.
what I'm thankful for hockey. So
Mhm. That's awesome. That's awesome. And we'll head into we kind of ask everyone that we interview about Sudbury, like, are you a big Wolves fan? Because I noticed you're at Tom Davies Square with the Nicky Foligno jersey on. That was pretty sick. Are you a Wolves fan?
no, not what. The only reason why I'm not a Wolves fan is I like the Wolves, because they're a city team, but like I just feel insulted. This was a grudge that they didn't draft me.
Oh my
Like,
God.
Okay.
We're off.
like, I like the Wolves and so hope that they do win. Like, I don't care now. This was like,
Right.
like 20 some years ago, but they didn't draft me. So Plymouth drafted me. So technically, even though I didn't make Plymouth at least gave me an opportunity.
Chance, yeah, yeah.
So,
And you know what? That's so true, that they're actually, the Wolves are notorious for not taking like northern guys. Like, it's crazy. So it's cool that you mentioned that. It's cool that you mentioned
yeah,
that.
that's my only insult with them. It's
Yeah.
obviously a different like era of like coaching.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I like don't get me wrong, Nicky's been unreal to me, shares my tweets. So I love the Foligno family. They've done amazing things. Like,
For
even
sure.
Angie, like Derek's lived across the street from me for many years. He's been amazing to me too. So like, I do like the Wolves. There's no question. And Plymouth doesn't even exist anymore. So
Yeah.
so I hope they do well. But if you were to ask me back 20 years ago, yeah, I did not like the Wolves.
I love it.
And actually, my best friend is Julian Talbot. So he was the captain of the 67s.
Right.
So they played a lot of those times in the playoffs.
No
so
doubt.
obviously when it became, that was the Foligno era too. So I had to cheer for my buddy Talbot because he was like my best friend. So
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So interesting. I like that. So do you have a take on the current arena situation that's going on? Do you care about like where it's going?
I personally, I obviously think that it should be downtown, like, just because I think that I like going to the doghouse. You know, I like going
Right.
to
Yeah.
like all those, like even the townhouse across the street. You know, I remember going when my buddy was playing against the Wolves in playoffs. We'd go intermission. We'd go have it. I know you can't
And
do that anymore,
I know, but
but we
that was
we
the
go
thing.
intermission
Yeah. Yeah.
and then come back. And it was
Yeah.
awesome. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it really gave you that downtown experience, which
Yeah.
I do think that they should think about bringing something like that back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if there's no parking. And the other thing is too, I'll tell you a story. I went there with my two boys, and my wife was gone out of town, so we parked right where the new farmers market, you know where it is.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
parked in that parking lot. So after the first period, we left. So I go to the parking lot, and they have the two exits. So someone parked right in front of that exit, and then there's cars lined. I was about to call my mom to come and get us. I would have had to leave my car there. I have at that time a 4-year-old and a 2.5-year-old.
Oh,
And I was like Austin Powers. My wife wasn't there. So I was there for like 45 minutes trying to get out of this parking lot, like literally like cursing to myself. Like my kids are crying because it's way past their bedtime. So unless they can do something about that and they can make parking so no one has to experience that, then I'm all for it. But if you can't make the parking, you're gonna have to move it, because the parking to me, as a new
Disaster.
it was a disaster. It was a
Yeah.
night. I'll tell you, it was like at that time I was so mad. Like I actually even called the Wolves the next day and complained. I said,
Absolutely.
you can't block the second exit. Like you need to have someone there controlling that. Like
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. This is why I like bringing new guests on like this. They bring a different perspective to it. I like that. The dad perspective. I like that.
yeah. Well,
That's a
because
good
most
point.
people are there for the third 3 periods, but we were there for the first. Like my kids are not going to stay for 3 periods.
No,
Like,
yeah, no doubt. Okay, interesting. All right. And then we got one more question about the arena. And Mason, this is a go-to question he asks everybody.
Yeah, this is a must ask for any Sudbury born. You've been to the Sudbury Wolves games. You've seen the stuffed wolf go across the arena. What's your take on that? Is that going into the new arena, or is that retiring with the old barn?
Like I do personally think that it's like if you don't bring it in there, it's pretty like I don't know about the activist rights like against animals, so I could see maybe them, but to me it's part of history. Like actually, my boys right before the COVID, we practiced at the Wolves arena. So as soon as we got on the ice, I'm like, boys, let's come look at the wolf. So the first thing they did was skate over, look up at the wolf, and they thought it was the coolest thing. That was like, a 4-year-old, 6-year-old seeing that wolf is very like it's part of this town's history. So my opinion, you can't get rid of it.
No.
Especially I don't know, but again, it's 2021. Everything surprises me now. So
Exactly. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say it.
All right.
All right, we'll move on to a different topic here. Over the summer, you partook in the Valet Neo Kids Zoom hockey skills competition. What was that like, kind of getting your skills on display with some of those NHL professionals?
Yeah, it was a pretty neat experience. I'm very thankful for Nick and Neo Kids to include me in that. I was definitely honored to be even mentioned in there. That I don't really like the term celebrity. I find, like I said, I'm just an average dad who just has
love
fun.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
so it was a great experience. I was able to practice a little bit, and now I actually use the flip the puck into a lot of my shots, so it created a lot more content for me too. So but yeah, like playing against Wierenski, Seth Jones, like even the chief of police, we ended up doing a shot together. So it was
So
a
cool.
very cool experience with the whole Neo Kids, and a great job by them to even put something together even through this crazy time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we noticed you do a couple. I've seen you use a golf club in your trick shots. Are you a big golfer? What's the golf game like?
Well, I used to be actually a member at the ID, but then
Because that's the next thing. You wore the ID hat in one of the lives we saw.
Well, that's why I won that. Well, we were in the fall. I go in the fall and spring stag every year.
Yeah.
But it's hard now it was harder with my boys being like 3 and 1. So I kind of gave up like golfing. Not, I should say given up. I just would golf 10 times a year opposed to 40 times. But now my boys are getting a little bit older. So I'm actually looking to get them a membership at the Iowa.
Love it.
Like, so that's kind of where we're heading, because they need to do something this summer. My wife already said that like they can't be at home all day. Like she'll probably she'll murder them. She'll Like you can't handle these kids, two boys that just bicker over everything. They're boys, they fight. So, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do, golf. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm about an 84, 85 handicap when I play. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brother-in-laws, I'm sure you've heard of them, like Steve
Mhm.
Gonko, Mike.
Unreal. He's
Yeah,
sick.
they're unreal golfers. So like, it's I just enjoy watching them play. Like I'll get out with them a few times a year and just be like them hit the ball. It's just like, it's just something you don't really get to hear. You don't hear a ball come off the tee like that unless you're with like someone who knows how to play golf.
For sure.
Right.
For
You
sure.
know,
And
I
for
hear a
and
lot of trees. I hear a lot of F bombs after I hit. And they just hit a zoom and it's
I love it.
And one of them actually, if I'm correct about this, caddied Austin Matthews. Am I right
yeah,
about that?
yeah, Steve did. So
So sick.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah, he's doing well. So they're out there playing and practicing. So I'm not gonna go too in detail with that.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
you. Is it the same four guys that are at the stag all the time? Do you have your marquee group or you
Yeah, I
change it?
got it. Well, I actually got cut from a group. Early on.
No.
Actually, I was with two of them originally, and then they just banished me. And then now I got Matty Bodnan,
Okay.
Benji,
Yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
call Calvin Dahan. So
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. What a group.
yeah,
What
it's
a group.
group. So we've been together now for 3 years. So now we'll just ride it out.
Awesome.
So
For sure.
hopefully we'll be able to have it this year, or hopefully they have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fingers crossed for sure. Fingers
Golf
crossed. We
course
need
is
golf
going to
season.
be hard though, eh? It's
Oh.
going to be tough to get the off times this year.
Oh, jammed. It might even, if they have this lockdown going on, it might even be worse than last year, because last year the Idlewild had like a record. I think it was like 33,000 rounds played on it in the summer. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So and I think it's gonna be worse.
Yeah, I agree
think
with
that
you.
everybody's getting into golf, especially because kids sports, people like for us, like our kids my oldest played baseball and soccer. Well, we don't know if that's happening.
No.
We do know that golf's gonna happen, so
For sure.
we'll take the chance, but at least we know golf is for sure gonna happen. Like, because you can get away with social distancing and golfing, but you can't do that with baseball. And I don't know, but again,
And
we're
when
not
they're
gonna get-
older, golf is a great babysitter. It's like 4 hours out there. It's awesome. It's gonna be
Definitely,
awesome.
you could drop them right off, and the Idlewall's got that's a great thing. Why I like the Idlewall is because it's got a lot of things for them to do.
Yeah.
You know, if they want, especially when they know how to swim, they can go swimming there. You
Yep.
know, there's the practice facilities. It's improved a lot since
For
I was
sure.
a member, so that makes a huge difference. So even
Awesome.
though I don't really like to practice, well, maybe they will.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna head into our fast five. So we're gonna ask you 5 rapid fire questions. Whatever comes to the top of your head, let it fly. And I'll send it over to Tom. He'll take it over here.
Okay.
Okay. First question is first travel destination once things open up.
We'll just say we'll go visit family in Slovenia.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay, next one is most memorable hockey goal you scored.
I don't know. That's a tough one because there's a lot of beauty goals. I have to go with overtime. And when we went to the finals in Owenstown, it was in the semis. It was game 2. We scored it was the 3rd overtime goal. So I'll go with that one.
Love it.
Favorite pump up song.
I gotta go with I like a lot of music. So what pump up? We're gonna go with Jay-Z, the intro.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I like that.
Cool.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
MJ. I grew up.
That's right.
I
That's
hate
right.
Jay-Z.
That's right.
I actually just seen the Space Jam.
Yeah, trailer.
Yeah, it looks good, but I still just don't like him. So
Yeah.
he's unreal. Guy's unreal, but I just don't like the MJ talk. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And last one is favorite Sudbury restaurant.
Problem is, I'm in business, so I advertise for all these places. So I don't know what to say there. That I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say my mom's cooking just to be safe for my.
There, I like it.
Nice.
I like it. Good stuff.
Right.
I love it. Good stuff. All right. So that's going to do it, Ryan. Listen, thanks for coming on to the pod. Like it's so awesome. We get to have some new, some different. And it was a blast talking to you about this trick shot because we didn't really know much about it. So we're really excited to get this one out. So on behalf of the boys, thanks so much for coming on.
No, thank you very much for having me for sure. And I'll definitely, I'm going to shout you guys out, especially my lives when I got a lot of people. I'll show you
Appreciate it.
guys out to get that follow, and definitely I'll be sharing some of these videos. And then hopefully this summer when things die down here, I can get a shot with you guys.
Absolutely.
that
We're
would be awesome.
totally down for that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
like we'll wait there just with the new baby. I don't want, I'm still playing
For
a little
sure.
bit, but yeah, like in like June, July when it's nicer, let's get a shot.
Let us know. Yeah, for sure.
Get
We're in.
down golfing and do a shot after.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Appreciate the love.